Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today, I'm gonna rip off the Band-Aids. Oh, that's really stuck on there. Alright guys, as many of you have noticed, I do have dents on my FJ Cruiser, and I've had these Band-Aids on here since I was in Arizona just a couple months ago. They got stuck on there by somebody who wanted to make my dents feel a little bit better, but now they're really stuck on there. Huh. Oh well, I'll get them off eventually. Anyways, I've got a really good dent on this back door right here, as you can see. And then some shallower dents right here on the main driver's door. I also have some paint damage right here. It's down to bare metal right there, and in a few other spots along here on this side. Kind of the same story over here, down to bare metal. Not very big dents, but a nice crease right here down the middle of the door. And then some dents up here at the top of this back door. Now I realize I'm not going to make the body perfect, but I hope to make it a little bit better. Some people have said, well, if you care about body damage, then why are you doing this? And the answer to that is that I really don't want my FJ to become a total like raisin covered in dents. And so if I do a little bit of maintenance, I think I can probably stay on top of it. Now, I would like to reiterate that I have never done any body work before, and I have no experience knocking out dents. But I've watched some YouTube videos about how to knock dents out, and I think that I can improve the situation here. But who knows, maybe I'll make it look even worse. I don't know, we'll just have to find out. So I went down to my local Harbor Freight and I picked up this hammer and dolly set. These are the tools for taking dents out of sheet metal. I also have this paint, which is mixed, custom mixed. It's 058 iceberg paint, the same color as the FJ. So with this paint, I had a little bit of a revelation. Since I bang up my FJ all the time, I've looked for touch-up paints in the past, and I know you can get a paint pen from the dealership that's color matched exactly, but I mean, paint pens aren't all that great. So I called a body shop and asked them if they could mix up some 058 paint for me. And they said, maybe, but why don't you call the people that we get our paint from and they can probably mix you some up. So that's exactly what I did. They put it in an aerosol can. It was 25 bucks, which is a pretty good deal for a can of paint these days. And it's color matched, it's mixed up and exactly color matched to the color that I need. So if you're looking for touch-up paint for your vehicle, contact a local body shop and see where they get their paint from, and you can probably get paint mixed up for your vehicle too. That's amazing. All right, so to fix these dents, I need to get to the other side of this sheet metal. So I'm gonna have to take off this plastic interior door panel and also roll up the window so the glass isn't in the way. And we'll see what I can do. Now I don't take these door panels off all the time, but it looks like it's just a Phillips head screw here, a Phillips head screw here, disconnect this electrical, pop this pin out here, and then just pop the whole door panel off. That looks like it's about it. All right, the panel's off. Looks like there's a little bit more plastic to come off. This stuff is just held on with this really gummy, black glue stuff. And, but it just pulls off. Get that out of the way. Try not to rip it too much, and I'll be able to reuse it. It's really stuck on there though. Usually that stuff rips off pretty easy. It must be temperature related where this glue is extra hard. Oh well, it's just some crappy plastic that doesn't do anything anyways. Got to get this thing out of the way. Looks like 4 10mm bolts. All right, so now I have some access to the back of this sheet metal here. So I can probably just push on some of these dents from the other side and have them pop out a little bit. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So I think I'm starting to figure out why body shops charge so much and why they just want to replace doors. This isn't easy. Part of the problem is there's a lot of reinforcement on the back of the sheet metal that's in the way of trying to fix anything on the outside. I'm going to keep changing the scenery and see if I can make any headway on this back door. Now, just a little bit of bonus information for you FJ Cruiser owners out there. So for the longest time, my rear doors, whenever I would open and close them, actually just close, I think, they would make this noise like that. And it always did that ever since we bought this FJ Cruiser, and I just figured, well, that must be normal. But it turns out it's not normal. And if you just tighten up these nuts right here, no more noise. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna try pushing out on these dents just to see what happens. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. Still got a pretty good dent here and dent here. That popped out pretty far. Guys, well, it's way less dented in now. I can say that. It's a little lumpy. The FJ's got some cellulite right here, but yeah, it's kind of getting there. And after it's painted, no one will be able to tell anyway. I'll probably go back to that side and try to make it a little bit better even, but I'm really kind of excited to get to this dent right here. I've had this since I did Busy Wild the first time. By the way, I'm going to be doing Busy Wild again March 19th, so stay tuned for that. But this is a nice big round dent, so I'm kind of hoping that it pops out nice and easy. All right, so for you FJ Cruiser owners who have never removed the panel on one of the back doors, it's really simple. There's just a pin up here you got to pop out, a Phillips head screw in the cup holder there, and then you got to remove this handle. It's just held on by a little clip that you need to push out and deactivate, and then this will pull off, and then a 14mm bolt on your seat belt, and then just pop that plastic right off. And this door does the same noise, which I always thought was normal. Uh-oh, I'm missing a nut, but I've got an extra laying around. Look at that, no more noise. Now I know that that is normal. All right, let's see what happens when I just push out on this dent. Maybe it'll just fix itself magically. It's moving. All right, so that popped out quite a bit. Again, it's not perfect. And right back here, there's this crease because there's some structure inside the door right here that the metal bent over. So there's a little bit of a dip here still. And up here, it's still dented in because I can't quite get to it. There's a couple layers of metal in the door here, and it might not quite be possible to get back over to this corner, but I'll do my best. Don't leave Band-Aids on your car. Alright guys, so I think this is about as good as I'm gonna be able to get this door. There's just a lot of stuff in the way, but this door does look a lot better than it did before. Alright guys, you may have noticed that I'm not making this bodywork look very easy, and that's because it's really hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. It looks more difficult than, it is more difficult than it looks on YouTube. There's one crease in the driver's door, and I'm gonna see if I can do anything about that. Alright guys, well, I definitely was able to smooth that out quite a bit. It's less severe than it was. The lesson for today is that bodywork and repairing dents should be left to the professionals. So now I've got some bare metal spots on the body and some over here. So I'm going to take some 400 grit sandpaper to all these spots, smooth them out a little bit, and then hit them with some paint. Alright guys, so let's see how I did. Before, after, before, and after. Alright, well, to be honest, and you probably have gathered, the dent removal did not turn out as well as I had hoped, but that's okay. Things don't always turn out the way you hope. It was an experiment, and I made the dents better. They're smaller, so I think on the whole there was some improvement. It turns out you can't learn bodywork from just watching a few YouTube videos. But I'm super impressed with this paint that I got mixed up. That is awesome. Touch-up paint in an aerosol can that actually matches perfectly. It's really a perfect match. That is amazing. I must not be the only person that doesn't know you can go get paint mixed like that, because there's a whole brand called Duplicolor, and that wouldn't exist if people knew that you could have that done. So one of the reasons I was trying to get this exterior cleaned up a little bit is because really soon here, I'm going to be having some graphics going onto the FJ. And, that's going to take it to a whole new level. And I wanted to get it as good as I could get it before that happens. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching my struggle today. Things don't always turn out as you planned, but, that's just part of it. So if you enjoyed this one, give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can join me every Monday and Thursday for new content. And we'll see you next time.